Hey everybody, welcome to another Dunbar Academy mailbag. Before we get started, we just want to remind you to subscribe so you don't miss any of our new videos. And if you want to learn more about dog behavior and training, make sure to check out our dunbaracademy.com link in the description below. Okay, let's get started.
All right, today's question comes from Alicia. She wants to know, how do I train my dog to not chase farm animals? More specifically, her dog Fennel is a 3-year-old pit lab that loves to chase, and she just moved to a farm. Fennel grew up in the city, and they need to get Fennel to where he's not going to chase animals. They're about to get calves in a month, so can't have Fennel chasing the animals. Be dangerous for him, dangerous for other animals. What do you think, Dad?
Well, I think the best way I can approach this is with a human analogy. How do we get a city slicker, a young lad with lots of behavior problems, to become a farmer and learn all about growing crops and raising animals? This is a really difficult question. I mean, most farm dogs grow up on a farm. And the puppy's first lesson is, when walked around the farm, first on a long line, then off leashes, you don't chase anything. It's the cardinal sin for rural dogs. To teach this to a city dog that already chases, it sounds like everything and anything, it's going to be a lengthy process before you can really trust the dog. I went through this several years ago. We adopted an adult dog that was a deer chaser. And we spent a good, 3 years retraining this dog. Up till then, we kept it in a house, in a yard, and walked it on leash. Now, you can see the living proof of 3 to 4 years of training, the dog Zuzu, when you see Zuzu's videos on Dunbar Academy, and she's now walking off leash. But you'll notice my eyes are on her like a hawk the whole time. She has proven to me that when meeting a deer, sit, she sits instantly. If not, I would never have her off leash. And so she went through some really high level training for a number of years before I was even willing to trust her. Even so, I don't take my eyes off her. Your dog needs the same. And obviously, you don't start training a dog around livestock, because a single mistake, he's after them. And that is a self-reinforcing behavior very quickly. And so you've got to get basic off-leash control around your home, in your backyard, in other safe and fenced places. That's number one. Before you go anywhere, you need to know you can control your dog off leash, and you have at least one ultra reliable command on the dog: a sit. Okay. Then we would have
the good news is it sounds like Alicia says that yes, they have a usually very reliable stop and recall. But so it sounds like it's the progressive next steps, taking it to that next level around other.
Usually isn't in my book. It's like, what's the thing about close? It only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes. To me, does the dog sit, yes or no, to at least a 97.5% response reliability percentage that we've tested in multiple different scenarios. So I'm talking about reliability here. That's the first thing. And it's really good that we've worked on this. But I would say it's best if for the first few years that Fennel is a house dog and enjoys the farm on leash, meeting all animals on leash with oodles of classical conditioning and training. So sit and treat, 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 treat. One bark, shush immediately. We must stop barking. We must stop lunging. And this is probably going to take certainly months, maybe a couple of years. Now, a lot of people here are going to come back and say, oh, let's just shock train the dog. Well, if the dog's chasing everything and anything, this dog is going to get a whole bunch of shocks, and he's going to be such an inhibited, closed down dog. Yet he won't be reliable, because Did we check in with llamas and turkeys? And you got to check in with every single animal and make sure that he's rock solid safe. And one day will come along an animal we didn't work with, and boom, this will be the game. And out in the countryside, heaven forbid, he escapes your property. Um, Farmers use a very effective treatment called intracerebral lead therapy. It's a bullet and it's over. Chicken killers, sheep warriors, they just get shot. So if you love Fennel, I would keep him as an indoor dog while you're training up his off-leash reliability. Then I would work with him on leash, exactly the same I did with Zuzu. Then she got to enjoy her off-leash romps, but I would always keep her within 20 yards from me. But these were walks for the dog. My attention is absolutely on the dog. And so it's an impossible question because we can't solve this like that. We can't do it with reward training, although that's the best way to go about it because it's getting the dog to stick closer and closer and to mind what you say and to pay attention and engage. And we can't even do it when we're doing aversive therapy with a shock collar. A lot of trainers can say they could, but in the end, they can't. And so it can be done with a shock collar, but you're going to have to search and search for a really good trainer because to train any animal using an aversive punishment, you have to be an unbelievable trainer. Whereas most people which are using a shock collar are doing it because they think it's a quick fix. But of course, it's neither. It takes a long time still, and it's not necessarily a fix.
I mean, I think it's a good question and it's a good answer. And I think the bulk of the answer is expectation management, that what you're trying to do is incredibly difficult and it's going to take a lot of work. And thus, for the immediate future, the answer is really about management and supervision, and that Fennel really can't be off leash, certainly not unsupervised for a long, long time. And that's, that's just the reality of the situation.
It's unrealistic expectations. And another point about a lot of people here will go to a trainer to have it done. Well, what you'll get back is a dog that minds with them, irrelevant of their training techniques, whether they're reward-based or punishment-based. But as soon as it comes back to you, you're in the same boat. You must train the dog to do this. There's no question about that. It will be a gradual process, and the dog will get a little better and better each day. The more, though, you can sit outside with your dog on leash and it watches all the animals move by and do stuff and you're rewarding the dog, the quicker it will go. But it is going to be a lengthy process.
All right, Alicia, I hope that helps. Thank you very much, Dad, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to learn more about dog training and behavior, make sure you visit DunbarAcademy.com to check out our selection of courses, many of which are completely free. If you would rather watch more of our videos here on YouTube, just click the links to the right. And if you want to follow us on social media, everything you need is directly below. As always, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell for notifications.